What's the plan?
We're just going to talk about Rosie's Oasis. Okay, so I came up with the idea because of my pappy. His name was Donald Rosenbaum, and he went by Rosie at work. And we did a lot of yard work together, so I wanted to make our land into an oasis he would be impressed with or something. I think that now Rosie's Oasis is more of like an idea. It doesn't have to be here. I think it would be great, to expand into the community.
Yeah, it's fitting that we're in a desert. But with plants, we want to do as much as we can to grow subsistence. So we want to grow as much of our food as possible. Since we are predominantly plant-based in our diet, that is a decent possibility. Outside of ourselves, also branching out into, helping community members grow their own food and change the environment around them to branch out with gardening and growing things, as well as cannot confirm nor deny potential unauthorized forestry.
Primarily, I decided to make the channel, but I think it's definitely been a teamwork with how it's played out, because I wanted to share what we are doing here with primarily our friends and family who are all across the world, so that, can check in and see what's up whenever, even if we haven't spoken in a long time.
Other craft things like making our own things, like for me doing woodworking, absolutely a novice, but, ultimately want to do things like make our own furniture, and a whole host of other things.
Cooking,
home improvement, kind of slice of life in a way.
So it's not limited to anything.
Yeah, I mean, the ideology of Rosie's Oasis, I think we each have a little bit of our own take on it.
Well, I just want to do stuff. I just want to plant things, and I feel like a lot of people, primarily, we're millennials, so I think there's a lot of things that we didn't learn that maybe we should have. I know a huge feat for a lot of millennials is cooking. Cooking shouldn't be a feat. I mean,
you shouldn't have to feel like it's a feat.
Yeah,
if it is a feat to you, then that's awesome.
Yeah, but
seriously.
Right, but frying an egg, I feel like we should have, we as millennials should probably have been taught that at a younger age than probably not learning how to fry an egg until you're in college. Not knowing how to cook until, plenty, past your teenage years. That's very common of what I've, experienced with people our age. Basic human skills, I feel like, why is our generation missing this? I don't know why.
Yeah, and it's certainly not their fault. It's certainly not our generation's fault.
Yeah.
For me, Rosie's Oasis is an opportunity to exercise self-sufficiency. I think something that a lot of people our age, or even, some people older than us, we see it all the time, in the way that society is currently structured. We don't have the ability to exercise self-sufficiency. People are so often forced into simply, paying rent. And they can't even think about food. We are in a very privileged position where we own property. We're very fortunate to have found that.
Yeah, which is crazy. Crazy.
It's pretty nuts.
That is also a thing that people our age, can't do.
Yeah, we didn't think we would do it.
Yeah, the fact that we could do it, doesn't even feel real.
Yeah, because I'm not going to sit here and say, we did it, so you should be able to, because that's not how it works.
No. So lucky.
And so, exercising a level of self-sufficiency, but then also because of our experiences of having not been in this privileged position, figuring out ways that it can translate to those who may not be in the same privileged position as us. So sharing how we do certain things.
That's something I wanted to add to the, like, you know, cooking an egg or frying an egg so late. It's like a lot of this stuff is also very new to us. So maybe people who are in our, like, category of whatever life and are trying to do this, like, can relate, can watch us mess up, and they don't have to mess up.
The intention is not to make content that makes everything look perfect.
Oh, it's so bad.
Yeah. Kind of what we've done as millennials is fake our way through it. Like, we've had to do that our whole lives.
Yep.
And so showing how we're still faking our way through it, but we're learning.
And real, like being genuine about it. Like.
Yeah. I hope for a lot of potatoes. I think my main thing is I want to have an organically arising community network within the people in our local area, and have that community network be as self-contained as possible so that we don't have to rely so hard on the system.
To approach it in a way that's obtainable.
Yeah, and isn't like elitist. Because we're not going to sit here and say, yes, we have a solar-powered water or air moisture condenser. It's like, that's not affordable for people. Like, there's like larger project goals, like getting gray water systems set up, like these things that will allow the system that we're creating to be even more self-sufficient. But yeah, having systems where we can recycle like water or minimize our water usage, since we are on a water system that has currently been affected by drought. There are people on this water system who have lost pressure, having contaminants get into the water lines and have to boil their water.
I think, you know, people are interested in what we're doing, like in our own backyard. Like, we make a ruckus, I think.
Oh, yeah. I mean, yeah, we've had people, like neighbors, stop by and say, hey, we've seen you out in the yard every day.
Yeah.
We definitely want to share this with our friends and family. And this is by no means like a personal thing, because we want to share our knowledge and our experience with as many people as possible.
Yeah, just a fun project.
No, I mean, I think the name is fitting. It has, you know, an emotional connection to your pap. And one way or the other, the metaphor works out based on the environmental conditions we're in, but also in the sense of, you know, hoping that it can be a place for relaxation and a reprieve from the craziness that is the world for other people.
Any last words?
It's good.